And here we have some horror collection packs. Here we have the bottom one, the green one, comes with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Transylvania 65000, Return of the Killer Tomatoes, and House 2. The top, the red one has Children of the Corn, House, Creepshow 2, Chud, Feast, triple feature, comes with all the Feast movies. I love the Feast movies. This comes with the 4 of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. This has Stephen King horror movies. I think it comes with Creepshow and Cat's Eye. I can't lift it, so I'm not quite sure what's in it at the moment. There's a movie with Kathy Bates in it that I really like that I can't think of the title at the moment. This right here comes with another 4 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. This comes with 4 Friday the 13th movies. This comes with all the first 9 Puppet Master movies. This is a great little Hammer horror set. Comes with Brides of Dracula, Nightmare. This one movie I can't remember the title of. I lift it out, but I'm afraid it will come tumbling down. What else? Oh, and Curse of the Werewolf, which I think is a really underrated werewolf movie. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. This comes with Dracula, Prince of Darkness, Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, Frankenstein Creates Woman. This comes with 4 Dracula movies. I can't tell you what they are right now. I know it comes with the first one, and that's it. I don't remember the other ones. This is Scars of Dracula, another version of Dracula, Prince of Darkness, Curse of Frankenstein, Demon Knight, Tales from the Crypt movie, and Barbara Blood, another Tales from the Crypt movie that's basically a ripoff of Dusk Till Dawn. And speaking of which, here we have Dusk Till Dawn 1, 2, and 3, and then we have the original Cape Fear and the remake of Cape Fear, and I love them both. I think they're both great movies. Innkeepers, good movie, good slow burn movie. Manhunter, good movie. Here we have Deer Woman by John Landis. Very crazy movie. If you like John Landis's werewolf movie, you'll probably like that. Revenge of Frankenstein, Coma, Dario Argento's Mother of Tears. Probably the worst movie he's ever made. If you like the first 2 movies in the Mother's trilogy, just don't bother with the third. Unnameable 2. Unfortunately, Unnameable 1 doesn't have a release, and as far as I know, Unnameable 2 is hard to get, and that's why I have this cruddy version, because I just found it at a yard sale. The Resident, this movie I don't really like, but I own it. And then we got Psycho 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I don't have the first one. Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer, really like this movie. Sorry, I sneezed. Bone Snatcher, guilty pleasure of mine. Not a good movie, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a movie where the ants find human bones and they construct a body around them. It's not good. The Changeling, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I recall thinking it was really good. Trick or Treat, good movie. It could have a Christmas. I really liked it the first time I watched it, but it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value. Low, great movie. Low is a good movie. Look for this movie. It's called Low, and it's from 2009. It's a Canadian movie. John Carpenter Presents Vampires Los Spanish word? Matura? I don't know. Basically a remake of the first movie. Van Helsing, an anime based off of the Van Helsing movie. I don't even like the Van Helsing movie, but I own the anime. I don't know. Twilight Zone the movie. Big Twilight Zone fan. The Willies. Wes Craven Horror Collection. I believe this comes with Shocker, People Under the Stairs, and The Serpent and the Rainbow. And here we have At Last, the 1948 show, which came out in 1960, I believe. and this was one of the two precursors to Monty Python's Flying Circus, which really should be in the TV show section. I'll sort that out later. And now something completely different. I actually held out on buying this because I wanted this specific version of it. And I actually paid more to get this DVD of it. Even though the disc is exactly the same, I wanted the appearance to look like this. Monty Python's Meaning of Life. I think this is my second favorite Monty Python film. Right next to Holy Grail, which is up there. Life of Brian, good. I like it. Jabberwocky. I don't know how I feel about Jabberwocky. Come back to me in a few years, and I'll tell you what I think about Jabberwocky. Not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. It's an interesting It's an interesting little thing. Fish Called Wanda. The Mothman Prophecies. King Kong versus Godzilla. I love Godzilla, but I would butcher all these names, and I know if Chris was watching, he'd just kill me if I mispronounced any of these people's names, any of these kaiju's names. But I just like watching them. I don't know everything about Godzilla. These are actually not all my Godzilla movies. I have more at the house, and I have some on VHS as well. But yeah, I got some. This one's kind of rare from what I understand versus Mechagodzilla. This one's rare too. Or at least they were. I don't know. I know they re-released some. Biollante. I really like this era of Godzilla. I think it's called the... oh shoot. I was going to say... I think it's Haiju? I don't know. It's the second era of Godzilla. There's 3 eras. 3 of the classic Godzilla. There's 3 eras of Godzilla. And I prefer the second one. The one's from the 80s. Although I have most of the original run as well. The Darkman movies, I like all 3. The first one's definitely the best. Dick Tracy, I think this is a fantastic movie, and I don't get how people say it's forgettable. I've never ever since I was a little kid, images from this movie stick with me forever. I heard nostalgia critics say that like the movie's like forgettable and it's like the story doesn't matter, and I'm like, I remember the story, and I don't know, I really disagree with him about that one. Superman Brainiac Attacks, I bought this because I thought it was part of Bruce Timm's DC animated universe, but apparently it's not. I just heard that. I also have Mask of the Phantasm, but it's not here as well. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, Green Lantern Emerald Knights, Superman Doomsday, All-Star Superman, Batman Gotham Knight, Batman vs. Dracula, Justice League New Frontier, Batman and Superman, Public Enemies. I love this. It's based off one of my favorite comic books, actually. Wonder Woman, Mystery of Batwoman, Under the Red Hood, and here, you know what? Let me get a little sidetracked for a moment. Let me get a little sidetracked. I have 2 copies of The Incredible Hulk. I think this is a good movie. I legitimately think this is a good movie. Not only do I think that this is a good movie, I think that this is one of the better movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think this is one of the best movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know why? Because it doesn't feel like a toy commercial. This is a character-driven movie. And that's more than I can say about most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I've watched this more than I've watched the Avengers. I think this is a good movie. And one day I plan to actually make a video called In Defense of the Incredible Hulk. Because I think this is a good movie. And I think it gets a lot of unjust hate. Let me put it back though. Rant over. Let me move some of these Blu-rays out of the way. All the Blu-rays. I'm saving the Blu-rays for last. I'm not sure if I already said that. I doubt you guys are still watching at this point. Oh, did I talk about this? This is the last Lovecraft, Relic of Cthulhu. I wanted to support their Kickstarter for the second movie, but apparently I got to it too late. Chronicles of Riddick, the trilogy, before there was actually a trilogy. It just has a little anime version in the middle. Knight Rider, this was part of the pilot to the reboot. The pilot's actually not that bad, but the series kind of sucked. Sky Captains and the World of Tomorrow. It's a movie you really watch once and just never watch again. Demolition Man, I like it. The original classic Planet of the Apes. Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, which every time I ever see a video about Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I was like, oh, it's so much better than that Tim Burton movie. I'm like, I would rather watch that Tim Burton movie over Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And here's King Kong Lives, and I have the other King Kong, the other 70s version of King Kong. I Am Legend, Dark City. I love Dark City. Predators, Predator 2, Alien vs. Predator Requiem. This is a terrible movie. And part of the reason is it's too dang dark to watch. Like, my friend one time came over and he saw AVP2 and he was just like, he pulled it out and goes, hey Joey, want to listen to this movie? And I was like, yeah, because you can't watch it because it's too dark. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Immortal. I hated this movie when I initially saw it, but at that time I didn't really understand art films, and I am interested in going back and watching it again and seeing if my opinion has remained the same. I thought it was pretentious. Like, I was one of those people to be like, oh, it's an art film, it's pretentious. But now I've really begun to embrace art films, and I actually kind of prefer them over normal movies. Not that it sure makes me pretentious, probably does, I'm sorry. Beyond the Black Rainbow, I'm going to make a big video on this pretty soon. This is a great movie. Great movie. The last, 10 minutes, though, really suck, and kind of, it's not good. And it just feels tacked on. But I'll discuss that later in that video. Day the Earth Stood Still. Good movie. Look it. I like it. I like it a lot. Highlander. This is actually Highlander. These are both Highlander. These are two different versions of Highlander. This is the director's cut. This is the regular version. And this version comes with the Queen CD. Riverworld. This is a movie. I actually really like this movie. They made a mini-series that kind of sucked. But to be honest, this movie kind of sucked too. But I really enjoyed it. And it sucks. The One. I don't know why I own that. I've watched it once. I never watched it again. THX 1138. Sorry, yawned. Now you're all going to yawn too. George Lucas's director's cut of this movie. I've never seen the original cut. I really want to, because I want to see if it's better. I kind of got mixed feelings on this one. I feel like it's an okay movie. It's an okay art film, but it's not the best. Terminator Salvation, the Machinima series, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, another version of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This comes with all three cuts of it. Terminator Salvation director's cut, which is better, but not by much. I actually don't think this movie's as bad as a lot of people say. Earthstorm with one of the Baldwin brothers. I've never actually seen it. I don't know where this movie came from. The Black Hole. I really like this movie. I want to watch it again, but I remember really liking it. The first three Trancers movies. I think there's 6 of these movies. 6.5. And this was something someone got me. Someone bought me this. And out of all of them, I only watched Fortress. But it comes with Fortress, the Total Recall, the pilot to the Total Recall TV series, Equilibrium, and Resistance. Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds, RoboCop Prime Directives. I have all 4 of those. I got RoboCop 3. I don't have RoboCop 2 and 1, which are, oddly enough, I really love RoboCop 1 and 2. I really like RoboCop 1 and 2. I actually have a poster of RoboCop 2. But for some reason I don't own them. The Pirates of the Caribbean movies. There's 2 here and there's 1 up there. Clash of the Titans, Dreamscape, Black Death, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, And here we have more Superman. Superman the movie, both cuts. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Superman 3, Supergirl, Superman The Quest for Peace, Superman Returns. Notice I have every Superman except for Man of Steel. Know why? Because Man of Steel is the worst movie ever made. Oh, wait, Joey, but what about Manos Hands of Fate? No, I'd rather watch this movie without Riff Track's commentary 1 billion times over. No hyperbole. I think that movie is just devoid of all entertainment value. Sorry. Rant over. Batman, the 1920s. Sorry, why do I keep on saying 1920s? I can't remember when these came out. But this is the racist Batman. He actually says dirty Japs in it. And then a villain Batman turns on I think his name's Dr. Decker. And he says, "Oh, you're a coward. That kind of action matches the color of your skin." It's super racist. Batman and Robin, and here we have the 1966 Batman movie, and then here we have the first 2 Tim Burton movies. I think these are the best Batman movies ever made. My opinion, these are the best Batman movies ever made. Batman and Batman Returns. I love both of those movies. To me, that's what Batman is. And here we have Joel Shipmaker's reimaginings. Catwoman. No comment. Batman Begins, limited edition. The Dark Knight, limited edition. And then a blockbuster rental version of Dark Knight Rises because I didn't like it. And what's this? What's on this? Oh, okay, we got Coma again. Wolfen, Body Snatchers, and Bad Moon. Here we have Anaconda, Anacondas, Hunt for the Blood Orchid, Anaconda 3 Offspring, Anacondas, Trail of Blood, Lake Placid 2, Lake Placid 3, Lake Placid, the final chapter, which is great because Lake Placid versus Anaconda just came out, so yeah, not much of a final chapter, huh? And let's scoot these Blu-rays over. Sorry. Camera's gonna do something crazy for a moment. Okay. This is probably the worst DVD video you've probably ever seen. Caddyshack, UHF, Stand Up by Jerry Seinfeld, Office Space, Run Fat Boy Run, Spy Kids 3D, Young Sherlock Holmes, Slime Duck Ernest, My Science Project, Just Visiting, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp, The Thief Lord, Abbott and Costello and Africa Screams. This is the only movie that was colorized by Legend Films that I thought they actually made a superior version to the original movie. I think this movie actually looks better in color. And it's funny that I say that because Abbott and Costello wanted all their movies to be in color, but Universal wouldn't let them. So I think that's probably why this movie turned out so well in color. Jack and the Beanstalk. Probably the best version you can ever get of Jack and the Beanstalk is from Legend Films. Lost in a Harem, Abbott and Costello in Hollywood. Again, I'm a big Abbott and Costello fan. Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs. Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Abbott and Costello and Dance With Me, Harry. And Abbott and Costello and The New Sings High. The Producers, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. The Watch. Don't like this movie, but I own it for some reason. Are We There Yet? Blazing Saddles. Home Alone 3. Man of the Year, City Slickers, The Onion Movie, Animal House, Hot Shots, Part Dukes? I don't know. Mallrats, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Be Kind, Rewind, and I own a lot of the Pink Panther movies. I actually own one of the Pink Panther movies is at the other house, which we're still moving stuff over. So this isn't all of my movies. There's about like 20 more, but. This is maybe I'll do a third part where I'll just be like, oh yeah, and here's the other 20 movies I didn't mention. But Son of the Pink Panther, one of the few movies with Roberto Benigni that I don't like. I love Roberto Benigni, but Son of the Pink Panther sucks. Curse of the Pink Panther. I thought Curse of the Pink Panther was alright. I like Curse of the Pink Panther. I felt that if they were gonna continue doing Pink Panther movies without Peter Sellers, this was the way they should have done it. They shouldn't messed it up with Son of the Pink Panther. Pink Panther Strikes Again. I really like Pink Panther Strikes Again. Revenge of the Pink Panther is a lot of fun. The Pink Panther remake with it sucks. Life and Death of Peter Sellers, a documentary about Peter Sellers. Return of the Pink Panther. I think that's actually my favorite Pink Panther movie. Trail of the Pink Panther. And the original Pink Panther, which anyone who's a Pink Panther fan will tell you that the first one is not as good as the second or any of the ones with Peter Sellers. It's not as good, unfortunately. It's because it's just kind of average. It's just kind of meh. But the only good parts in it are the intro and Peter Sellers. So that's why all the other movies have Peter Sellers, but this movie had like Peter Sellers in 2 scenes. A Shot in the Dark, which is the second Pink Panther movie. Inspector Clouseau, which has Alan Arkin playing Inspector Clouseau. And here's a Marx Brothers collection that I have. I love the Marx Brothers. This comes with A Night at the Opera, A Day at the Races, A Night in Casablanca, Go West, The Big Store, Room Service, At the Circus. I think that's it. I think that's all it comes with. One of my favorite jokes in The Big Store is there's a girl who comes out wearing a dress, and Groucho Marx says, "This is a bright red dress, but Technicolor is so expensive." And I love the Marx Brothers. If you haven't gotten it already, my Joey Hollywood character was somewhat inspired by Groucho Marx. Daredevil Director's Cut sucks. I don't care what anyone says. That movie sucks. No matter what cut it is. That's a terrible movie. So is Elektra. And I own it because I'm a sad human being. X-Men 1.5, X-Men 2, the Dolph Lundgren version of the Punisher, Thomas Jane version of the Punisher, Fantastic Four 2, I don't know why I own that, the Hulk, I don't mind this movie. I know a lot of people hate it. I don't mind it. The Incredible Hulk, which I think gets more hate than it deserves. Spider-Man 2.1. You know what? I've been meaning to rebuy Spider-Man 2 because I don't care about Spider-Man 2.1. I don't think it's as good. Spider-Man 3, meh. It's there's a lot of behind-the-scenes issues that led me to not hate this movie. There was problems with it behind the scenes that allowed me to appreciate it in other ways. It's not a good movie, but I can appreciate it in other ways now. The Invincible Iron Man, better than the actual Iron Man movie in my opinion. Iron Man 2 is the first movie I ever walked out of a theater on. Thor, not a bad movie, but it's just kind of an underwhelming movie. Blade Trinity, don't really have a comment on Blade Trinity. Stan Lee's Mutants, Monsters and Marvels, where an interview where he basically says he ripped off DC several times. The Ultimate Avengers, the movie, Ultimate Avengers 2, The Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow, Doctor Strange. I really liked this movie when it came out. I don't really remember it very well. And here we have more Monty Python. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is the extended version. And this is the other, if you watch the other video, I did a video, the other video I talked about my 21 disc mega set. It only comes with one German episode, where this comes with the second German episode. And then it also comes with a big, huge special. It's all great. It's great. This is a must-own for any Monty Python fan. And then we have a Don Knotts Reluctant Hero pack, which comes with the Shakiest Gun in the West, the Love God, the Ghost of Mr. Chicken, and the Reluctant Astronaut. And this is not mine, and the movies that it has on here are not actually in it. So someone actually left this at my girlfriend's house, and somehow it ended up here. It's grandma's voice inside of it. This is not mine. I don't know how it got here. And, I don't know where this came from, but that guy sure is sexy. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think maybe you guys should buy this. I don't know. I hear it's only $7 on the Joey Hollywood Films website. Here we have my video games. I don't really think I'm going to talk about my video games. Here we have Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile, and War of the Roses. I often joke that this is actually a trilogy because it has the same cast in all three movies. And it's really funny if you've actually seen all three movies. Because you can know why that, like, they get together, they get married, and then they murder each other. And this movie right here, you see it? This movie is the greatest. I'll let that sink in for a moment. I Am David, based on a book I really liked as a kid. Good Night and Good Luck. I remember liking this movie, but I don't really remember much about it now. Broken Arrow. Just a good old-fashioned action movie. 310 to Yuma. This is the original. Password Swordfish. Is it just called Swordfish or Swordfish Password Accepted? I don't know. I have this. Halle Berry's in it and she's naked. Pulp Fiction, The Matrix, Patriot Games, The Hudson Hawk, The Big Red One, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Loaded Weapon 1, Lethal Weapon, Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3, Lethal Weapon 4, The Fugitive, U.S. Marshals, Firewall, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible, Live Free or Die Hard, Wind Talkers, Reservoir Dogs, the Die Hard trilogy, Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3. And then I got all the Dirty Harrys except for the Deadpool, just because I don't really care about the Deadpool, honestly. But Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, Princess Bride, sci-fi collector set that I never really watched. Excalibur, it's a movie I really like. I really like Excalibur. I'm not sure what everyone's opinion on this movie is. I could see a lot of people thinking it was really bad, but I really like it. I really like this movie a lot. The Man Who Wasn't There, I think it's a Coen Brothers. Yeah, it's a Coen. I think it's a Coen Brothers movie, but it's right there. Yeah, Coen Brothers. It's a noir, really good noir. Alfred Hitchcock Collections comes with a collection of movies. Real Talent, short films by kind of college films by famous directors. There Will Be Blood, V, the original miniseries, V, the Final Battle, an extended version of King Kong, Jurassic Park Adventure Pack, 3 volumes of Abbott and Costello movies. Really love Abbott and Costello. My sister broke one of the volumes of this, and now I'm missing 8 movies. Salem's Lot. This is the original Salem's Lot. And here's the Green Hornet. Troy, the director's cut. Here's Casino Royale and The Watchmen Ultimate Cut. This is my favorite version of it. This is the only movie by Hack Snyder that I like. Bonnie and Clyde, a good movie. How the West Was Won. Never finished it. But I've been meaning to. The reason why I never finished it was my TV was too small and it's like super ultra widescreen. But now I have a big TV, so I could probably watch it again. The Alien, all the Alien movies, Alien, Aliens, Alien Cubed, Alien Resurrection. More Marx Brothers movies. Duck Soup's in this one. I love Duck Soup. And we're almost done. Let me move these over here. Okay. And here we have another War of the Worlds version. This is one that's almost word for word with the book, honestly. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. I actually am friends with the guy who played Abraham Lincoln in this movie. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Invasion of the Pod People, Dragon, Boa, the original War of the Worlds, Titanic 2, Demonic Toys, Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, action movie pack, which I'm sure is just a bunch of Asylum films, War of the Worlds, War of the Worlds 2, The Next Wave, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, The Prophecy, Complete Collection, The 10th Kingdom is something I have a lot of fond memories watching with my aunt. That Guy with the Glasses, volumes 1, 2, and 3. I actually have that autographed by Doug Walker. I have a couple Angry Video Game Nerds. 4 of them. I've been meaning to pick up the rest. Chad Vader, big fan of Chad Vader. I really like Chad Vader a lot. I recommend checking it out. I really like it. I think it's worth buying on DVD as well as just watching in general. Court in Session, it's fine. Cult Classics, this was a gift to me by someone, and let's see if I can get this out. I don't know, I've been like kind of hesitant about getting movies out this whole time. Okay. My film teacher directed this. It's I guess it was supposed to be a pilot for a TV show or something, but it's autographed. I'm not sure if you can see it. Where's that autographed at? I know I had him autograph it. Here it is. Found the autographs. They're right there. Yeah. Now it looks all scary. It looks like it's gonna fall over. Red vs. Blue, The Blood Gulch Chronicles, and then Red vs. Blue, The Recollection, seasons 6, 7, and 8. I've been meaning to get the other seasons. I really didn't like these 3 seasons right here, the Recollection seasons. And I think the only way I'd actually get the other seasons is if they're in a collection pack like this and this. Like if it came in like, oh, here's 9, 10, and 11 or something, something like that. Essential Ernest Collection. The reason why I have this, because this has doubles of some of the other ones. The reason why I have the Essential Ernest Collection is because it came with Hey Vern, It's My Family album. And before my aunt died, she was very adamant about watching that with me, and we just couldn't find it. So I bought that because it was the only version at the time I found that had that movie on it. Which wasn't really a movie, it was just a short, but it was important to me to get it because my aunt really wanted to watch it with me, and then she passed away. And I don't know. I just felt like I had to get it. The 70s version of King Kong, which I already showed you that I had the sequel to it earlier. All the Indiana Joneses. Raiders of the Lost Ark was the movie that inspired me to be a filmmaker. Temple of Doom, I think, is a lot better than a lot of people say. I like it more than Last Crusade, but that's just my own personal opinion. At one time I liked Last Crusade more, but to me Last Crusade and King of the Crystal Skull are just remakes of the first Indiana Jones. And Temple of Doom did something a little different, and I respect it for that. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, all 3 volumes. My ex-girlfriend actually ruined one of the discs to this one, and it kind of sucks because these are $60 a volume. And another memento from a bad relationship. And let's see here. Let's start on the Blu-rays. You know what? On second thought, let's have a video dedicated to the Blu-rays all by themselves. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.